Hello students, in this second lecture I will discuss the dynamics of electrical drives. In the previous lecture I had given you one block diagram that shows the basic components of electrical drives. In that diagram we had some source, then there was a power modulator, then a motor, and that was connected to a mechanical load. So in this diagram I have shown the last part of that block diagram, the motor, which is connected to a load. Motor produces a torque in one direction. It is shown here counterclockwise direction. As a result of that, the motor moves in the counterclockwise direction, shown by omega m. T is the torque produced by the motor in Newton's meter. Omega m is the speed of the motor in radians per second. The load always opposes the motion. So this is the load torque which is acting against the motor torque, and the motor has to overcome this load torque. So in today's lecture we shall discuss the dynamics of this motor load system. So for that you must understand the basic or fundamental torque equation, which is shown here. T minus TL is equal to J d omega m over dt. Torque produced by the motor minus the load torque, that is the net torque acting on the system, is equal to J d omega m over dt. This you may call as angular acceleration. It is acceleration. Because it is a rotational motion, so this you may call as angular acceleration. You recall your knowledge of your 10th or 11th class, the Newton's laws of motion, second law of motion, that says that the net force acting on a body is proportional to the acceleration of the body. So here also, in the case of rotational motion, the force is torque and the speed is the angular speed. So this is T minus TL, that a net torque acting on the system is equal to angular acceleration. Here J is the moment of inertia of the system, that is motor load system. It will be in kg meter square. So in relation to the linear motion, in place of mass now we have moment of inertia. In place of linear acceleration A, we have here angular acceleration J d omega m over dt. This T minus TL, let us give a name TD. It is called dynamic torque. We will call it as dynamic torque. So dynamic torque is equal to J times the angular acceleration. This you can write as equal to J d squared theta m upon dt square, where theta m is the angular displacement. Now the energy stored in the system, when the system is running, it is moving at a speed omega m, then the energy is stored in the form of kinetic energy. It is given by half J omega m square. In linear motion, this kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So the equivalent here is half J omega m square. Now let us see what are the different conditions that may arise here. So suppose T is greater than TL. The motor torque is more than the load torque. This implies that the dynamic torque, that is T minus TL, that is TD, it is greater than 0. If this is the case, this means that TD is greater than 0, so this is also greater than 0. So this implies that d omega m over dt is greater than 0. This, or you can say that the acceleration is positive. In other words, the speed of the motor will increase. So whenever torque is more than the load torque, then the motor will accelerate and the speed of the motor will increase. When this increases, then this implies that the kinetic energy stored in the system will also increase. So whenever dynamic torque is positive, that is the motor torque is more than the load torque, the speed increases, motor accelerates, and the stored kinetic energy in the system will increase. On the other hand, take the second case, when the motor torque is less than load torque. This implies that T minus TL, that is the dynamic torque, is less than 0. In that case, you can say that d omega m over dt, that is the angular acceleration, will be negative. That is the motor retards. Speed of the motor will decrease, resulting in decrease in kinetic energy. So this will also decrease. So whenever the motor torque becomes less than the load torque, the motor's speed will decrease. Energy stored in the mechanical system, that is the kinetic energy, will be released. It will decrease. So this is the dynamics of equation, the dynamics of the system. And when T becomes equal to TL, the motor torque becomes equal to load torque. This implies that the dynamic torque is now 0, which means that the angular acceleration is also equal to 0. What does it mean? This implies that speed becomes constant. Omega m is constant. Speed of the motor becomes constant when torque is equal to load torque. So the motor runs at a constant speed. So when this happens, when torque is equal to TL, the motor torque is equal to load torque, then you can say that speed becomes constant, and this speed you may call as steady state speed. The steady state speed. So during the steady state condition, the motor torque always balances the load torque. Suppose the motor is running at a constant speed and somehow you increase the torque produced by the motor. What will happen? As soon as the torque becomes more than the load torque, motor starts accelerating, dynamic torque becomes positive, the motor starts accelerating, speed increases, and finally when motor torque becomes equal to load torque, then the motor will start running at the new value of speed. So in that way, suppose the load torque increases, this means that the dynamic torque becomes negative, then this opposing torque, that is the load torque, will reduce the speed, motor speed will decrease, and finally it will settle to a new value of speed, that will be called the steady state speed of the motor. So you can see that torque is shown here in this case in the counterclockwise direction. Speed is also in the same direction. Load torque is in the opposite direction. So we have to follow certain convention for the values of T and TL, signs of T and TL. So Let us assume one direction. One direction of speed can be taken as positive speed. The other direction can be taken as negative speed. So you can follow any convention. Let us have this convention that this direction that I have shown here is taken as positive. That is, counterclockwise torque is taken as positive, or forward torque. The speed in that direction will be called forward speed and it will be taken as positive. And the load torque, which is opposite to this speed, will be taken as positive. So let us assume that these are positive directions of torque, speed and the load torque. Then we can have opposite also. Torque is clockwise. So if this is the case, let me show it like this. This may be the torque and that will result in speed in the opposite direction, and the motor torque will be in this direction. So these dotted lines show the negative directions. Torque of the motor is negative, speed is negative, and the load torque is also negative. All the quantities are negative. So now we can have various conditions. Torque is positive, speed is positive, and the load torque is also positive. So and sometimes you will have different situations. That is, the torque is in this direction but the speed is in the opposite direction. So torque is positive, speed is negative. So based on that you will have different conditions, different possibilities. There may be 4 possibilities: torque and speed directions. So we shall discuss this, that there will be various modes of operation. So we shall discuss it just now. So there are different modes of operation. First is motoring mode. In motoring mode, the motor develops a torque and the motor runs in the direction of torque, and the load torque opposes the motion. So this is called motoring mode, in which energy flows from motor to load. You give supplies to the motor, it develops some torque in one direction, say positive direction, and because of that torque, motor starts moving in the positive direction. Energy is produced by the motor and it is supplied to the load. So this is known as motoring mode. Again, there are 2 possibilities. Both are shown here. If torque is positive and speed is also positive, then you may call it as forward motoring mode. Forward motoring mode. It is motoring in the positive direction. And if torque is negative, speed is also negative, it will be called as reverse motoring mode. So in motoring there are 2 possibilities. Torque is positive, speed is positive. It will be called forward motoring mode. Torque is negative, speed is negative. It will be called reverse motoring mode. In both modes, the energy flows from motor to load. So this board line shows the forward motoring mode and the dotted line shows the reverse motoring mode. You can show this in the speed torque plane. This is your speed, this is torque. Speed is positive, torque is positive. You are having first quadrant operation. So in the first quadrant, it is known as forward motoring. And if both torque and speed are negative, you are in the third quadrant and it will be called reverse motoring. So this is the first mode of operation, and the second is, you may call this as the braking mode. You may also call it as braking mode or generating mode. In the case of braking mode, the energy flows in the reverse direction, and you can say that the load torque is actually driving the motor. So load torque is actually driving the motor. So in that case, I will show it here also. In that case, the load torque is supposed positive. So this load torque I am taking it positive. So load torque is driving the motor. And the motor torque opposes the motion. Motor produces a torque that tries to stop the motor, that tries to reduce the speed of the motor. So in that case, it will be called a braking mode. So energy flows from this load to motor. Now this load works as a prime mover. The mechanical load is now working as a prime mover. It is producing mechanical energy and this motor is running as a generator. So this is known as the braking mode. Again, there are two possibilities. That is the second quadrant operation, where the speed is positive. Speed is positive and the torque is negative. So it is, speed is positive, torque is in the opposite direction. So it is a braking mode. And because speed is positive, speed is forward direction, we may call this as forward braking mode. Or you may call it as a second quadrant operation. So this is your forward braking or forward generating mode. Then other possibility is that speed is negative. The motor runs in the opposite direction, negative direction, and the torque is positive. That is where in the fourth quadrant. So this will be fourth quadrant of speed torque plane, and this you may call as reverse braking. So there are four modes of operation: forward motoring, forward braking, reverse motoring, reverse braking. Now in different situations, sometimes we require only first quadrant operation, sometimes we require first quadrant and second quadrant operation. Sometimes we may require all the 4 quadrants of operation. For example, you consider your bike, motorbike. Suppose it is having some electric system, electrical. It is driving on some electrical energy. Is an electric vehicle, and you want to move only in the forward direction. Reverse direction is not required. So only forward direction is there. And for braking, you want to use mechanical system. You want to apply mechanical brakes to stop your bike. For running, you have to use the motor. So in that case, you will require only first quadrant operation. The motor has to always produce the mechanical energy, and that will be absorbed by the mechanical system. So that is the case of forward motoring or single quadrant drive. We call that drive as a single quadrant drive. On the other hand, if you have the four-wheeler, or suppose in the bike also, you want to go in the forward direction, but you want to apply electrical braking. That is, you want to produce the motor a reverse torque so that the motor speed or the bike's speed decreases. In that case, you will require first quadrant operation as well as second quadrant operation. You don't want reverse direction. You don't want to have a reverse gear in your bike. Only forward direction. So you will have forward motoring or forward braking. In case you don't want to use electrical braking, and you want to stop the bike by mechanical braking, in that case it will be a single quadrant drive. So you may have first single quadrant drive and you may have a 2 quadrant drive. Suppose you have some car. In that case, reverse is also required. So in that case, you will have forward motoring, forward braking, and reverse motoring to move the car in the reverse direction, and to stop you want to have the reverse braking also. So it will be a 4 quadrant drive. So depending on the situation, you will have to design the drive as a single quadrant drive, 2 quadrant drive, or 4 quadrant drive. So I will explain this with the help of DC motor, how you can operate the motor in various modes of operation.